Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Thanks for joining with us today. Today we are starting a new book, and you're probably wondering, what book are we going to be doing? I try and flip from Old Testament to the New Testament in kind of a random order right now, not a specific order, but just kind of what I feel would be appropriate to study at this time. And so we just finished up talking about Christmas. We talked about 15 prophecies regarding the birth of Christ. And then we talked about Christmas week. We talked about the birth of Jesus. So I thought it'd be appropriate to jump right into the book of Matthew. That's right, the book of Matthew. Matthew is in your Bible, and it's the first New Testament book of the Bible. There's 66 in the books of the Bible, and 27 of those are in the New Testament, and Matthew is the first book of the New Testament. Matthew, and this is just kind of an introduction today to the book of Matthew, just so you know a little bit about the book of Matthew. Matthew is the first book of the New Testament, and what I like about it is it goes back and ties in the Old Testament with the New Testament, and even beyond into the future church, okay? So Matthew he's writing to the Jewish people, but to relate to those Jewish people, he goes back and pulls back the prophecies that were given in the Old Testament that relate to Jesus. And you're going to see, we saw already as we talked about the birth of Christ, a lot of those prophecies Matthew pulls from, and actually quotes back from the Old Testament. Okay, so example, Micah 5:2, and that's the child will be born in Bethlehem. All that stuff we've talked about in the past couple weeks here. So what I wanted, we're starting Matthew, and you're going to see as we go through Matthew's going to be pulling those Old Testament prophecies and tying them in with the New Testament and the birth of Jesus. Okay. Now, there's 4 Gospels, and the Gospels are really the story of Jesus, okay? And those are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, okay? 2 of those Gospels are written by disciples, all right? Mark was not a disciple of Jesus, okay? He was really young when Jesus was alive. Luke was not a disciple. He was authorized to write the story of Jesus. Matthew and John were disciples of Jesus. Okay, John is referred to as the beloved disciple of Jesus, and he refers to himself a lot in that gospel of the disciple whom Jesus loved. Okay, so that's John. Matthew is another one of the disciples, and he was a tax collector, and so you actually have the story in the Gospels of the story of Matthew, also called Levi, and how he was a tax collector. And if you remember the story, and we'll get to it, how Jesus called him, and from being a tax collector, which was not a godly thing, all right, and it wasn't respected by the Jewish people, that's for sure. But God called Matthew, or Jesus called Matthew, and when he called him, Matthew invited all his friends, all his heathen friends, his tax collector friends, the people that he hung out with, to have a big party for him to introduce Jesus to them. Okay, so that is Matthew. And so the audience as to who the book of Matthew is written to. Matthew is written to the Jewish people. And so you're going to find in there the way he deals with prophecy and the different other things as to why it's written that way. Just like if I was to write a letter to the people of Haiti, okay, I wouldn't talk about, if I was writing the letter, how great my car is and house is, and how the air conditioning quit working the other day, and the other day the freezer wasn't working right, and we had to get a guy to repair the freezer. I wouldn't write those things to the people of Haiti, because the people of Haiti, they don't have nice cars, they don't have a nice house, they don't have even a freezer, okay? It barely have electricity. If they do have it, it's very little, maybe run some lights or something. But they don't have those things. So I wouldn't say those things to the people of Haiti. So that's so to each person. If I write to different people, I write different things to relate to those people, and that's the way Matthew was relating. He was writing to relate to the people, to the Jewish people, and so that you need to understand that to fully understand the book of Matthew. Matthew, it doesn't say this book is written by Matthew. Also, but we know it. The title of the book is Matthew. Okay, that gives you a good idea. If you're going to have the title of the book be Matthew, good chance he wrote the book. Okay, and besides, who else would write it? All right. So anyway, those are some things I wanted to cover with that. Just all the different things is about the book of Matthew. And so tomorrow we're going to get into the genealogy of Matthew, and then we are going to actually skip a little bit because we've covered the birth of Christ in the past couple weeks. And so if you want to find out more about that, and if you're watching at a later date, you can actually go back to Christmas week and the 15 prophecies regarding the birth of Jesus, and look at those episodes, and those episodes explain it all fully. There's no need for me to teach these same passages within just a couple weeks of each other. And then we'll get right into John the Baptist. All right, thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue our study through the book of Matthew. Lord's blessing to you. We'll see you then.